And ma'am, also the breakdown of food to release energy, we can say.
Okay, okay. Now, what is respiration? Respiration, as we have said, respiration is the oxidation of simple food to produce energy. Okay, it is the oxidation of simple food, or you can say it is the addition of oxygen to the simple food. Okay, so now whiteboard is visible to you. Harleen Kaur.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so Harleen, you give me answer. Okay, now just look into the whiteboard. I am just explaining you what is respiration. Okay, just try to understand what is the basic concept of respiration. Okay, so two boxes I have drawn. Just consider these boxes as the small intestine and the lungs. Okay, so this one is the, just consider this is the lungs. I'm writing L here. Okay, okay, and this one is your small intestine. Okay, as you all know, the food we are eating is a complex food. Okay, the food we are eating is a complex food, and it should be broken down into simple food inside our digestive system. Already we have studied in the digestive system, the food we are eating is a complex food like starch, carbohydrate, proteins, and it should be broken down into simple food. Okay, so inside the small intestine, you know that whole digestion, the whole food is digested inside the small intestine. So small intestine contain the simple food that is called as the glucose. Okay, and I have told you in digestive system that small intestine is surrounded by the blood capillary. Suppose this is the blood capillary. Okay, this is the blood capillary. Small intestine is surrounded by the blood capillaries. This food from the small intestine enters into the, glucose is a simple food. Okay, this is small intestine. Small intestine contain the simple food, that is a glucose. Glucose enters into the blood capillary. Okay, so through the blood, this glucose, suppose this is your cell, this is the cell, just consider this is the cell. Okay, so from the small intestine, the food through the blood enters into the cell, and from the lungs also. Lungs are also surrounded by the blood capillaries. Okay, lungs are also surrounded by the blood capillary that we will discuss thoroughly when we study the structure of lungs. But just look into this whiteboard that through the blood from the lungs, the oxygen, you know, na, lungs contain oxygen. So from the lungs, the oxygen comes into the blood capillaries, and finally it enters into the cell. Okay, so from the small intestine, the glucose enters into the cell through the blood, and from the lungs, the oxygen enters into the cell through the blood. So both these things, the glucose and the glucose and the oxygen reaches to the blood. Are you getting my point? Two things are there, the small intestine and the lungs. Small intestine gives digested food to the blood, and lungs give oxygen to the blood. So blood, when blood carry both these things, the oxygen from the lungs and glucose from the small intestine, and finally take it to the cell, to each and every cell of the body. And inside the cell, or you can say inside the mitochondria of the cell, this oxygen breaks down the food and finally release the energy. You already had heard that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. So this oxygen, it comes from the lungs, and glucose comes from the small intestine. This oxygen finally, both these things finally reaches to the cell of the body, and inside the cell, this glucose breaks down the food, breaks down the simple food, that is the glucose, and finally release the energy. Okay, and they release energy in the form of ATP. Okay, they release energy, and this energy gets stored in the form of ATP inside the mitochondria. You know na, that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It means the respiration, the process of respiration takes place inside the mitochondria. Is clear? Okay, this concept is clear.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is basically the respiration, the oxidation of simple food to produce energy. Okay, oxidation means addition of oxygen. So oxygen comes from the lungs, food comes from the small intestine. Both these things, the food and the oxygen reaches to the cell. Okay, inside the cell, the oxygen breaks down the food, breaks down the glucose, and finally releases the energy. Okay, so this is the basic concept of respiration. You can say it is oxidation of simple food to produce energy, or simply you can say it is a process of releasing energy from food, that is called as the respiration. Okay, so this is clear. This is the basic concept of respiration. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now we will start with the different types of respiration. That is a very, very important question, the different types of respiration. So already I've sent the video. You have seen that there are two types of respiration. What is the one is the aerobic respiration and second one is the anaerobic respiration. All of you, please close your video. Now, is this picture visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so look into this picture carefully. This picture is these two type of respiration is very, very important. Okay, so first one is the aerobic respiration and second one is the anaerobic respiration. What is aerobic respiration? Is the respiration which takes place in the presence of oxygen, and anaerobic respiration is a respiration which occur in the absence of oxygen. Okay, which takes place in the absence of oxygen. So firstly, we will discuss the aerobic respiration. You can see in the picture, in aerobic respiration, glucose firstly broken down into pyruvate. Okay, glucose broken down into pyruvate, and this process is called as a glycolysis. Okay, glycolysis means the breakage. So glucose is breaking here. So this is called as a glycolysis. Glucose is broken down into pyruvate, and pyruvate then releases the carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Okay, now you have to see the first process. When glucose is changed into pyruvate, this is called as a glycolysis. Clear? When pyruvate changes into the carbon dioxide, water, and energy, this is called as a Krebs cycle. Clear? This is called as a Krebs cycle. Now just remember the process glycolysis. The process of glycolysis takes place inside the cytoplasm. Means glucose when changes into the pyruvate, this is called as the glycolysis. This process is called as a glycolysis, and the process of glycolysis takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. You know what is the cytoplasm of the cell? Then you are having the pyruvate. This pyruvate then changes into carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Okay, this step of reaction is called as the Krebs cycle. It is called as a Krebs cycle, and it takes place inside the mitochondria of the cell. Okay, it takes place inside the mitochondria of the cell. Now just consider a cell. एक cell को imagine करो. When glucose enters the cell, inside the cytoplasm of the cell, this glucose changes into the pyruvate, and this pyruvate then enters the mitochondria of the cell. Okay, glucose pyruvate में change होता है inside the cytoplasm, and this pyruvate then changes into carbon dioxide, water, and energy inside the Krebs cycle. Clear? Katrina, you please close your video.
Please explain again this topic.
Okay, I'm telling you, aerobic respiration is there. In aerobic respiration, glucose changes into pyruvate. Okay, this process is called as a glycolysis. Glycolysis glucose break हो रहा है ना, so lysis means breakage. This is called as a glycolysis. Okay, and glycolysis takes place inside the cytoplasm of the cell. Okay, cytoplasm पता ना cell के अंदर nucleus है and the cytoplasm. So this process takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell, and this pyruvate जब ये cytoplasm में बनता है, this pyruvate then enters the mitochondria of the cell. Okay, this pyruvate then enters the mitochondria of the cell, and inside the mitochondria, this pyruvate changes into the carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Okay, so first of a step of reaction is called as the glycolysis.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, this pyruvate is the most simpler form of glucose.
Yes, pyruvate is not most simple, but simplest form of glucose. Just wait. I'm explaining. Okay, just wait. Let me finish. At the last, you will ask the question. Okay. So glucose changes into the pyruvate. This process is called as glycolysis, and it takes place inside the cytoplasm. This you have to remember. The pyruvate then changes into carbon dioxide, water, and energy, and this step of reaction is called as a Krebs cycle. Just learn the name. This is called as a Krebs cycle, and it takes place inside the mitochondria. And just important thing is that the pyruvate then changes into carbon dioxide, water, and ATP. This require oxygen. So presence of oxygen is there. Clear? So two things are there. Two processes are there. First one is the glycolysis. Second one is the Krebs cycle. Okay, glycolysis takes place in the cytoplasm, and Krebs cycle takes place in the mitochondria. Is this clear? Okay, so this is all about the aerobic respiration. Only two things you have to remember: the glycolysis, breakage of glucose to pyruvate, and second one is the Krebs cycle, pyruvate to carbon dioxide, water, and energy. And first, glycolysis takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell, and Krebs cycle takes place in the mitochondria of the cell. An important thing is that aerobic respiration releases how many ATP molecule? It releases 38 ATP molecule. Just remember, this is very, very important, that aerobic respiration releases 38 ATP molecule. Okay, 38 ATP molecule means energy. Then you are having the anaerobic respiration. This is also very important. Anaerobic respiration में glucose changes into the pyruvate. This step, glycolysis is same in all these steps. Okay, glycolysis जो है वो सब में same होगी. In this again, glucose changes into the pyruvate. Clear? This is the glycolysis, and again it takes place in the cytoplasm. Clear? Then this pyruvate then changes into the alcohol. Okay, pyruvate change होगा alcohol and carbon dioxide and energy. Okay. So this step of reaction is called as a fermentation. This is called as a fermentation. First step of reaction, that is the same in both the cases. Glucose changes into pyruvate, that is a glycolysis, and it takes place in the cytoplasm. Is the same as as you have seen in the first case. Now, what is the difference? Pyruvate in this case is changes into the ethanol plus carbon. Yes. Pyruvate is changes into the ethanol plus carbon dioxide plus ATP, and this step of reaction is called as a fermentation. And ये जो आपकी respiration है anaerobic respiration, now you have to see कि where anaerobic respiration takes place. Anaerobic respiration takes place in unicellular organism. Okay, it is basically it takes place in the unicellular organisms like in yeast, some unicellular bacteria जो होते हैं prokaryotic bacteria में. Yeast is a fungus, so it is also a unicellular organism. So just remember कि anaerobic respiration takes place in unicellular organism like in yeast and bacteria. Some bacteria, they respire anaerobically without the presence of oxygen. Okay, so glucose changes into the pyruvate, that is the glycolysis. It takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. This pyruvate then changes into the ethanol. Ethanol is a type of alcohol and carbon dioxide, and also releases the energy. But this step again takes place in the cytoplasm. In first case, you have seen that pyruvate changes into carbon dioxide, water, and energy in the mitochondria. But in this case, this step of reaction, both the steps of reaction takes place in the cytoplasm only. Mitochondria is not involved here.
But ATP molecules are always released in mitochondria, so how can we say that it takes place in cytoplasm?
Who said no? Who said that ATP molecule can be released in the? That's why देखो वहाँ पे 38 ATP molecule है क्योंकि because mitochondria contain all type of enzyme. That's why 38 ATP molecules are there. Mitochondria basic site है जहाँ पे respiration होती है. That's why 38 ATP molecules are there. But in anaerobic respiration, only 2 ATP molecules are produced. Okay, so ATP molecule can be produced in the cytoplasm also. Okay, and this step of reaction is called as the fermentation. Basically, formation of ATP requires enzymes. Okay, so enzymes mitochondria में भी होते हैं, enzymes are present in the cytoplasm only. But mitochondria में ये reaction ज़्यादा efficiently होती है. In cytoplasm, only 2 ATP molecules are released in case of yeast. Okay, then you are having all of you. Vanchika, will you please mute yourself? Just wait.
Yeah. It is a then also process.
Who has not muted yourself? Who has not muted? Just wait. Okay, so this is the aerobic respiration and then the anaerobic respiration in case of yeast cell. Now we will discuss about the anaerobic respiration in case of human beings. Okay, so you know that human beings usually respire aerobically. Okay, human beings usually respire aerobically. They require oxygen for the respiration. But sometimes when we are doing heavy exercise or when we are going to a high altitude, there's less oxygen, so there's a deficiency of oxygen. Demand of oxygen is more but supply of oxygen is less. So in this case, the glucose is changes into pyruvate. Again, this type of reaction is same, but pyruvate is changes into the lactic acid and energy. In the first step of reaction, you have seen aerobic respiration में pyruvate changes into carbon dioxide, water and energy. This is also takes place in human beings. But human beings also respire anaerobically only during the heavy exercise or only when you are going to a high altitude. In that condition, demand of oxygen is very, very high, but supply of oxygen is very, very less. So in that condition, the pyruvate changes into the lactic acid and energy, and this type of reaction takes place in the muscle cell of the body. Okay, so anaerobic human beings respire anaerobically only during the heavy exercise or when we are going to high altitude, when you are having less oxygen and demand of oxygen is very, very high. So in that condition, the muscle cells of human being respire anaerobically, and during anaerobic respiration, the human beings, the muscle cell of human being convert pyruvate into the lactic acid, and in this case also only 2 ATP molecules are released. Okay, so in this case, in aerobic respiration, in yeast also 2 ATP molecules are released, and in muscle cell also 2 ATP molecules are released. But in aerobic respiration, 38 ATP molecules are released because oxygen is used here, and this is very efficient mechanism of of respiration. Okay, so this is all about the aerobic respiration. I'm just repeating again. Aerobic respiration में glucose changes into the pyruvate, and pyruvate changes into carbon dioxide, water and energy. In anaerobic respiration, glucose again changes into the pyruvate. So this step of reaction, the glucose to pyruvate, means glycolysis is same in all the 3 steps. Just remember, glycolysis is same in all the 3 steps. So in first step, pyruvate gives carbon dioxide, water, energy. In anaerobic respiration, in yeast, pyruvate gives ethanol plus carbon dioxide plus ATP, 2 ATP molecules. And in muscle cell of human being, this pyruvate gives lactic acid plus 2 ATP molecules. Okay, and both these reactions in yeast also and in muscle also, this is the anaerobic respiration that takes place in the absence of oxygen. Okay, then you are having the, now we have discussed about the respiration and the types of respiration. Now we will study about the respiratory system in human beings or man. Okay, so now human beings may, respiratory system is a very, very complex system. You know, the main organs of the human respiratory system consist of the nose. Okay, nose, the nostrils. Nose means the 2 nostrils. Then you are having the nasal passage or nasal cavity, then trachea, bronchi, lungs and the diaphragm. Okay, these are the important organs of the respiratory system: nose, nasal passage, trachea, bronchi, lungs and the diaphragm. Hargun, picture is clear? Yes, Hargun? Okay. Okay. Now, just look into the picture carefully. Look into the picture carefully. Just look into this. We are having 2 type of cavities. This is the cavity. This is called as the nasal cavity. And this one is called as the buccal cavity. First one, this one is called as the nasal cavity. This one is called as the buccal cavity. Now, nasal cavity also moves into the pharynx and buccal cavity also moves into the pharynx. Now, in digestive system also, I have told you that pharynx is the common pathway for both the food and the water. Okay, pharynx is the common pathway for both the food and the water. Now air enters into the nasal cavity through the nostrils. From the nasal cavity, the air enters the trachea. Okay, the opening of the trachea, जहाँ पे trachea की opening है, there is a presence of voice box that is called as the larynx. Okay, larynx then moves into the trachea. Okay, this tube is called as the trachea. This trachea then divide to form bronchi, and one bronchi, 2 bronchi, one bronchi goes to one lung and another bronchi goes to another lung. Okay, so trachea is there. This trachea is divided into 2 bronchi, 2 branches. The 2 branches of the trachea is called as the 2 bronchi. One goes to the one lung and another goes to the another lung. Okay, now this trachea divide into bronchi. Bronchi again divide into further smaller branches that is called as the bronchioles. Okay, so trachea divide into the bronchi. Bronchi divide into the bronchioles, and at the end of bronchi, you can see in the picture alveoli are present, and alveoli is like a balloon-like structure. This is called as air sacs. Okay, so just look into the first opening that is called as the nostrils. Nostrils leads into the nasal cavity. This is the nasal cavity. After the nasal cavity comes the pharynx. You can see what is this. This is called as the buccal cavity. Okay, so look into the picture carefully. You are having mouth में देखो, this opening is called as a buccal cavity. Buccal cavity means the area inside the mouth, that is called as a buccal cavity. Then nasal cavity. Buccal cavity and nasal cavity के बीच में क्या present है? Bony palate. This is a hard palate that is called as a bony palate. Okay. So buccal cavity को nasal cavity से कौन divide कर रहा है? The hard palate. When you touch the hard palate is basically the roof of the buccal cavity. So the roof of the buccal cavity, when you touch, you can see by touching it with your tongue. Okay. So you can see it by touching. You can feel it by touching it with your tongue. Now this is the hard palate or bony palate. Bony palate is basically the partition between the nasal cavity and the buccal cavity. Now this nasal cavity, now we are studying about the respiratory system, so we have to focus on the nasal cavity. This nasal cavity moves into the pharynx. Pharynx then leads into the larynx. You can see in this picture, pharynx leads into the larynx. Larynx is the voice box. Larynx then leads into the trachea. And trachea divide into two branches, that is called as a bronchi. Okay, two branches, one goes to one lung, another goes to another lung. Okay, so two bronchi are there. Inside the lungs, these bronchi are divided into still small, further branches, further small branches, that is called as a bronchi. Okay, so trachea divide into bronchi, and bronchi divide into bronchioles inside the lungs. Okay, so at the end of each bronchi, at the end of each bronchiole, you can see a sac-like structure that is called as the alveoli. Okay, alveoli is a sac-like structure that is present at the end of each bronchiole. Now, we are having two lungs. You know, one pair of lungs mean two lung is there. Just remember right lung and the left lung. This is very, very important that right lung is larger and left lung is smaller. Just note down this thing that right lung having the 3 lobes and left lung having only the 2 lobes. Okay, right lung having the 3 lobes, left lung having 2 lobes. Why? Because heart is also present on the left side of the heart. So left lung को जो left lung है, left lung has to adjust the heart also. इसलिए left side पे heart भी present है. That's why left lung is smaller as compared to the right lung. And right lung is having the 3 lobes and left lung is having the 2 lobes. Clear? Okay. Are you all listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So listen carefully. I will at the last I will give you 5 or 10 minutes. So we will discuss your problems. Okay. Okay. So now we are having 2 lung. I have told you that right lung and the left lung. Right lung is larger, having 3 lobes. Left lung is smaller, having only 2 lobes, because left lung has to adjust the heart also. Because you know that heart is present slightly towards the left side. Now, about the covering of the lungs. Lungs is covered by the 2 membrane that is called as a pleura. That is called as a pleura. The inner layering is called as the inner pleura and the outer layer is called the outer pleura. Just look into the picture. Suppose this is the lung and ये lung है. तो इसकी जो covering है, covering of the lung is called as the inner pleura and the outer. Just wait, I will show you that with the help of whiteboard. Now, suppose this is the lungs. Okay, so the covering of the lung, this is the covering. जो इसकी बाहर layers होंगी ना, 2 layers are there. I am drawing here first layer and the second layer. Okay, 2 layers are there. That is called as a pleura, the inner pleura and the outer pleura. Okay, so just remember outside the lung की बाहर वाली covering को, that is the inner वाली जो है inner pleura and the outer pleura. And just remember in between the inner pleura and the outer pleura there is a fluid that is called as the pleural fluid. Okay, P-L-E-U-R-A-L, pleural fluid. And this pleural fluid protect the lung from the external shocks, जो भी mechanical shocks होते हैं, जो भी external shocks होते हैं. So this pleural fluid basically protect the lungs from the external shocks. Okay, so both the lungs are covered by a membrane.
Please repeat.
Okay. Both the lungs are covered by a membrane. जो lungs हैं उसकी जो layering है, इस जो cover है बाहर का cover, that is covered by 2 membrane, inner pleura and the outer pleura. Suppose simple thing is this. Suppose is the lung. ठीक है, इसमें एक कवरिंग होगी, फिर दूसरी कवरिंग होगी, ओके, इसके बाहर दो कवरिंग है, एंड these two, this is called the inner pleura and the outer pleura, and in between these two covering there is a presence of fluid that is called as a pleural fluid, okay, that is called as a pleural fluid. And what is the function of pleural fluid? It protects the lungs from external shock, okay. One more thing I want to show here, just look into this picture. Suppose this is the I'm just trying to show you the pharynx, okay. So you have seen, just look into this partition. ये आपकी क्या है? This is the nasal cavity. I'm writing N here. This is the nasal cavity. This one is the buccal cavity. This partition, ये दोनों बीच में जो partition, that partition is called as a bony palate. Okay, this is called as the bony palate. And what is bony palate? Bony palate is basically the partition, is basically the roof of the buccal cavity. Buccal cavity का जो roof है, जो buccal cavity का roof है, वो divide करता है nasal cavity को and buccal cavity को. Okay. Now this space, ये जो space है, this space is called as the pharynx. I have already told you that pharynx is the common pathway for both the food and the air. Okay, so just remember that pharynx is the common pathway. Just you can see in this picture, this is the nasal cavity, then buccal cavity. Both these cavities leads into the pharynx. So pharynx दोनों में आ रही है. Okay, so pharynx is the common pathway. After that you can see फिर से division होगी. After that you can see there is the front one. This front one is the trachea, or you can say the windpipe, and जो पीछे वाली side है, that is your esophagus or the food pipe. Okay, so just remember this is the nasal cavity, then this is the buccal cavity. Both the nasal cavity and the buccal cavity leads into the pharynx. So you can say pharynx is a common pathway for both the food and the air. Now pharynx leads, pharynx अब दोनों जगह जाएगी. Pharynx lead into the larynx. अगर pharynx larynx में जाएगी means respiratory system. If pharynx leads into the esophagus, it means the digestive system. Okay, so is this clear? Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And one more thing I want to tell you. This is the opening of the जो आपकी ये आपकी windpipe है ना, windpipe. The opening of the windpipe is called as a glottis. Just remember this thing. This is called as the glottis. Okay, so I'm not just learn that the opening of the trachea is called as a glottis. Glottis. And this glottis is covered by a flap-like structure that is called as a epiglottis. Okay, so just remember कि जो हमारी windpipe है, जो हमारा respiratory system है, that is present on the वो आगे वाली side होगा. Digestive system is on the lower पीछे वाली side होगा. Okay, and just remember that opening of the trachea is called as a glottis, and it is covered by a structure that is called as a flap-like structure है. ठीक है, that is called as a epiglottis. मतलब इसको cover करने के लिए क्या होता है? Epiglottis होता है. So when you engulf the food, जब आप खाना खाते हो तो उस टाइम epiglottis क्या करता है? Glottis को cover कर लेता है. Okay, so glottis is the opening of the trachea, opening of the windpipe. This glottis is covered by the epiglottis, and when you engulf the food, जब आप खाना खाते हो तो when you swallow the food, this epiglottis covers the glottis, so to prevent the entry of food into the windpipe. Okay, so this is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now one more thing I want to tell you. Just look into the picture. We are having two type of cavities, the thoracic cavity and the abdominal cavity. Now just look into the diaphragm. Is visible to you? Look into the diaphragm. Diaphragm is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
So just remember the diaphragm is the partition between the thoracic cavity and the abdominal cavity. What is the thoracic cavity? Thoracic cavity क्या है? The cavity in which lungs are present. That is called as a thoracic cavity. And the cavity in which liver is present, the stomach is present, small intestine, जहाँ पे सब कुछ present होगा, liver, stomach, large intestine, small intestine, that is called as a abdominal cavity. Okay, so that is called as the abdominal cavity, and the cavity in which lungs are present are called as the thoracic cavity. And the partition, दोनों cavities को जो divide करे, that is called as the diaphragm. So just remember, diaphragm is the partition that divides the thoracic cavity from the abdominal cavity. Okay, so just I'm repeating again. We are having the starting from the nose में nostrils होते हैं. So nostril leads into the pharynx leads into the larynx leads into the trachea. This trachea divided into two branches, bronchi, Bronchi then divide into still further branches that is called as the bronchioles, and at the end of each bronchi you can see the air sacs. Okay, air sacs are the balloon like structure. Basically air sacs, alveoli is very very important क्योंकि इन्हीं में exchange होती है. We will discuss exchange of gases later on, but just remember कि bronchioles के end पे there is a presence of alveoli, and alveoli is the air sacs in which the exchange of gases will takes place. Okay, and next we are having two lungs, the right lung and the left lung. Right lung having 3 lobes, left lung having 2 lobes. Their membrane is called as the pleura, the inner pleura and the outer pleura. Inner pleura, in between inner and outer pleura there is a fluid that is called as a pleural fluid, and pleural fluid protect the lungs from external shocks. Is this clear? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now all of you just listen to me carefully. Only 4 minutes are left, and after that also your class is of 1 hour. Okay, so again you have to join. Okay, when this class will finish, now again you have to join. Are you getting my point?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, because your class is of 1 hour na, so it is only 3 minutes are left, and after that again you have to join.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay, so yes.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of these loops which you said in lungs are present?
Loops? Which loops? Lobes.
Lobes, yes, ma'am.
Yes, LOB, yes. Lobes here, lobes के होते हैं. Just wait, I will show you with the help of whiteboard. Just wait. Just look into this picture. Suppose this is the trachea. Okay, this is the bronchi. Okay, this is your first lung. Clear? This is your second lungs. Okay, now this is the right lung. Okay, right lung में कितने lobes होंगे? This is the first lobe, then this one is the second lobe, then this one is the third lobe. Okay, and in this only 2 lobes are there, first lobe and the second lobe. और इस area पे, यहाँ पे जो area है इसमें heart adjust होता है. Okay, that's why left lung is smaller. Now you are asking what is the function? Basically lobes are increasing the surface area, क्योंकि lungs में क्या होना है, exchange of gases होता है. Exchange of gases will take place in the lungs. So if lung is, जितना ज़्यादा lungs बड़े होंगे उतना ज़्यादा surface area exchange of gases के लिए ज़्यादा होगा. So that's why it is the basically जितने ज़्यादा lobes होंगे उतने ज़्यादा bronchi होंगे, उतनी ज़्यादा bronchioles होंगे, उतनी ज़्यादा alveoli होंगी. Number of alveoli are there. You know 700 से भी ज़्यादा alveoli are present in both the lungs. In human beings 700 से भी ज़्यादा alveoli are present in the human beings. Okay, so this basically increase the surface area. Okay, clear? So just look into the picture. This is a left lung, it is larger, and right lung is larger and left lung is smaller. Left lung having the 2 lobes and right lung having the 3 lobes. Why 2 lobes? Because left lung has to adjust the heart also, because you know that heart is present slightly towards the left side of the body. Clear? Okay. So 1 minute is left. After that all of you have to join again. Okay, so this is all about the respiratory system. So it starts with the nose. Okay, nose having the 2 nostrils. 2 nostrils के help से air enter into the nasal cavity. Then it leads into the trachea. Then bronchi divide into number of bronchioles inside the lungs, and then you are having the diaphragm. Okay, so this is all about the human respiratory system. Now we will study the process of respiration. What is the process of respiration? The air enters into the lungs, air enters into the nose through the nostrils. You know nostrils having the hairs. Nostrils में hairs present होते हैं, mucus present होता है. This hair and the mucus, what they do? They trap the dust particles. Okay, जो hair present होंगे, mucus होंगे, they trap the dust particle, and finally the air enters into the pharynx. From the pharynx the air enters into the larynx, then it enters into the trachea, then bronchi, then bronchioles, and finally the air reaches to the alveoli. Okay, so finally air जो है कहाँ पहुँचती है? Alveoli में. Alveoli is a sac-like structure, it's a balloon-like structure, and inside the alveoli are very very important, because in alveoli exchange of gases will take place. Okay, so now in the next class, time is about to finish, we will discuss how the exchange of gases takes place inside the alveoli. Okay.